Hey, 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 it's Fat Albert. Actually, it's not Fat Albert. It's Miriam. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you're a subscriber, thank you so much for subscribing. I'm really, really appreciative of you all. If you're not a subscriber, maybe consider subscribing. Today I'm going to be walking you through my natural hair journey. Throughout the video, I'm going to be giving tips, and the end will very much be focused on lessons learned and things that I wish that I knew when I was starting my natural hair care journey over 10 years ago. So if you're interested, keep watching. So let's start from the beginning. My childhood. So I've always had a full head of hair. Growing up, my mom had three little girls, no sons in our family. And so she would do all our hair, and she would usually keep our hair in ponytails, different things, different styles that she would come up with. Um, I think this is a picture of my grandma doing my hair, but we had a lot, all of us had a lot of hair, and I'm really appreciative of them. My curls looked, they were like a looser texture as a child. Actually, growing up, I remember family members and family friends would always call me Diana Ross. Yeah, I just remember as a child not really having a care in the world when it came to my hair. Enter middle school. So when I started middle school, I it was a predominantly white middle school. Actually, my elementary school was predominantly white too, but again, for whatever reason, I was a kid, and I just really didn't compare myself to my white counterparts. But when I got to middle school, that all changed, and I remember begging my mom to let me get consistent relaxers. So I'm actually not going to post any pictures from middle school. One, because I couldn't find any, and two, even if I could, I would not expose the internet to middle school to my middle school self. Okay, middle school is quite a place, and yes, I was very awkward. So just imagine me, little Miriam, in middle school with relaxers every, all the time. Find some high school pictures. So as you can see, this was kind of the length of my hair around like age 16. So I was always getting relaxers, always keeping it straight. I'd say this picture looks like I had gotten it done, like I'd gotten a relaxer. I think this is when I had straightened it myself. So I would beg my mom for things like the end styler. I don't know if anyone remembers the end styler, or just other sort of heat tools in order to straighten my own hair in between relaxers. So this is what it looked like when I didn't have heat on it, or in between relaxers. Not much of a curl. Definitely had heat damage. I actually remember um, I used to sleep over my school friend's house in high school, and I remember most of the time they were Caucasian, and so actually my best friend in middle school and high school, she had such strong. I mean, sorry, she had such long strawberry blonde hair. I used to call her my strawberry blonde, and she would call me her chocolatey brunette. Anyways, she was a really sweet girl. Anyways, I remember her showering one time, and she washed her hair and then blow dried it, and then boom, it was straight all the way down her back, almost at her butt. And I just remember, I don't know, just inside, just being so jealous of her. Like I used to be like, "Ugh, girl, you have no idea how much work it is for me to straighten my hair. Like it's such a process. Or you can just jump out of the shower and it dries like that." So honestly, um, in middle and high school, and especially in high school, I really used to hate my hair. I used to hate my curls. I remember my sister's godmother who used to do our hair. I remember once she told me how pretty my curls were, and that if she had my hair, she would never put heat on it. And I was like, yeah, 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 go ahead and heat up that flat iron, lady. Yeah, I used to always want my hair to be straight. And I used to actually take hair advice from my Caucasian friends. So I'd be doing my hair and in a certain way, like when I'd be sleeping over, and they'd be like, "You're actually supposed to do this." And I was like,
Thank you,
man,
God. God bless you.
taking hair advice from, from girls who had completely different hair textures from mine. So that was high school. Going natural. So Actually, my big sister used to inspire me a lot. She still does in certain ways, but I used to copy her a lot. I used to copy her a lot, and so when she went to college, she decided to go natural. So what did I do? At 17 years old, I went natural too. So there we are. My hair is natural, no more perm. And you can probably tell it's definitely heat has some heat damage, but that was okay. So here we go. This was my freshman year of college, 18 years old. Here's my curls on the left and when it was straightened on the right. I actually remember during winter break of 2013, I went home and I saw that, you know, you can probably see that like the ends of my hair were like straighter than the curls at the top. And, that's of course because of the heat damage and everything. So I just remember winter break 2013 going and grabbing my scissors and just cutting off those damaged pieces. So here's what my hair looked like. So I actually ended up not putting heat on my hair for 3 years. Here I am at I just stumbled across that picture when I was looking for pictures for this slideshow, and I just thought I thought it was hilarious. Okay, here I am at 19, okay? Again, I had not put heat on my hair, and I didn't put my heat on my hair, like, starting in college, so 2013, 2014, 2015. Alright, so here comes 2016, boom, I had my friend, um, straighten my hair in college because I wanted to see what it looked like and how long it had gotten after 3 years, and I was flabbergasted at age 20. So you can see the picture on the left, I put those little red marks to show how long it was. So definitely went past my shoulders, the curls were just very juicy, very healthy, right? And then on the right, you can see that, at the longest point, it goes down, to my, um almost to my hips, and, that was crazy to me. In between that time from 2013 to 2016, I pretty much only did wash and goes. I didn't really do any natural styles like braids or anything. I really just did wash and goes. So 2016, it really became the longest it had been since childhood, and it was flourishing. So, um, after that, I continued to do wash and goes for years, right? So here I am at 21 years old, um, 22 years old, 23 years old. So as you can see, as I'm clicking through these pictures, you can kind of see that in like when I'm 23, my hair is looking a little shorter than a couple years prior, right? As I go backwards. So here it is, past my shoulders, juicy and curly, full and everything, thriving in 2016. But then a few years later, 2019, it's shorter. I was in California, and actually right after I took this picture, a rat literally jumped from that tree, and I ran away and never returned to that park. So as you can see throughout these pictures, it got fuller in certain periods, but sometimes it would break off and it was shorter. So my hair was absolutely growing, but I wasn't retaining all of the length. So here, so 26 years old, the length is pretty similar to what it was at 23 years old, right? So kind of staying the same length for several years. So we're at 26. When it was curly, it was very full. Also had to throw this picture in here. Um, I decided to experiment with a wig, and yeah. All right, then we hit 27. 27 is the year that so many things in my life changed. I really started experimenting more consistently with protective styles. So I would work full wigs, I would work V-part wigs. So here's me a few months later, October, wearing a full wig. Okay, thinking I look so fierce, right? Um, The next month, I had my hair pulled back into a bun, and I had this long ponytail extension. December 2022, whatever that was. That didn't last long. That didn't last long, but I was trying new things, okay? In January, got a silk press in January, and that's what it was looking like. After this point, so January, new year, new me. I was like, I'm gonna try and really, really retain as much length as possible. So, January 2023, once a week, I start on Sundays. I will wash my hair. So, wash, condition, deep condition, moisturize, put it in a protective style, and seal the ends. Then every 2 days, I would spray my hair with aloe vera juice and work Jamaican black castor oil into my scalp and onto my ends. I did that consistently every single week. So my protective styles looked different. This was a V-part wig that I got. It was synthetic, so it did not last very long. So I invested a human hair V-part wig. I wore this a lot throughout the months. Okay. So that was in February. Now we're in March. That is the wig, the same wig. It comes April. That's when I went to a wedding and I wore my natural hair. I took a break from the wig. So April 2023, still wearing the V-part wig. May 2023, I got tired of the V-part wig. It would get so matted so quickly, and I was like, bump this. So I started really wearing just like my hair pulled back into my protective style being two ponytails, like two braids, and then just pulling that back into a bun and slicking down on the top. Now we are at the picture on the left is May, and the picture on the right is June when I got a silk press. So as you can see, um, my hair definitely grew from January to June. And not only did it grow, I was able to retain the length because, your hair is constantly growing, but it's about retaining the length. In between June and August, I wore my hair natural. I did a lot of wash and goes and the wet look over the summer. I didn't do as many protective styles as I was doing before. I got a silk press in August. The stylist definitely did point out that my edges were damaged. As you can see, the front part of my hair is quite shorter than the back. So, she definitely said, and we came to the conclusion that that had to do with doing too many tight slick backs, as well as the clips of the V-part wig just being a little too intense and caused that sort of damage. But that's okay. Find a healthy hair regimen and stick with it. Hair growth and length retention truly relies in consistency. Something I wish I would have known is that there are 1,000,001 people on YouTube who have beautiful hair and they put out, incredible content on how to grow your hair and how to retain length. So I used to watch all these videos, video after video after video of different creators all telling me to do different things in order to grow my hair. Like, it's mad easy to get overwhelmed. So what I suggest is find someone on YouTube who has the length that you want, the hair health that you want, and watch a few of their videos to learn their exact regimen. Try it and only focus on that one regimen, okay? And try it for a few months, see if it works. If it doesn't, try somebody new. Just don't stress yourself out. Just don't stress yourself out about listening to every single voice on the internet. Keep your hair moisturized. Of course, I highly recommend, during the growth phase, keeping it in a protective style, which means, that your ends are sealed, and that, it's pulled away. I definitely recommend that. But if you don't want to do that, because your hair can grow with wash and goes. You all, just saw that my hair really grew a lot when I wasn't even doing protective styles at all when I first went natural. But I highly recommend that you keep it moisturized. So you don't want to walk around with dry wash and goes. When your hair is in a protective style, try to make sure that it's not pulled back too tight. You don't want to break off your edges like I did. And yeah, you just don't want to weaken your hair. So try not to put too much tension on it by keeping it loose. These days, ever since the stylist told me that, I need to stop pulling my hair back so much, so I guess within like the last month, the last few weeks, I wear loose. I just wear my hair looser, and instead of pulling it back into a bun, a really tight bun with a hair tie, I'll now use a clip like this. These clips like don't really cause damage, or I don't think they cause any damage, and so I'll just pull these ponytails up and clip it back with that clip to keep it off my neck and to keep the ends from rubbing against my clothes. Don't put heat on your hair more than 3 times a year. I have found that that is my sweet spot. So, other YouTubers might say you could do more, and maybe they've done more. Other people would say don't put heat on your hair at all. As you saw in my journey, I didn't put heat on my hair for a good 3 years, and you saw how much it thrived. At this point, I usually get a silk press about 3 times a year, and that's really putting heat on my hair 3 times a year. On all my head 3 times a year out of 365 days. What's the leap year? Yeah, so 3 days putting heat on my hair out of 365 days and spreading it out over a course of months. That's what I think is the sweet spot. Of course, I'm no professional. These are just my suggestions. As I was making this video, I was reflecting back on my life. And I was especially reflecting back on this year, and something that I realized this past year, I've been consuming a lot more protein than I used to. So I've been vegan for 5.5 years, and I've been on a weight gain journey. So within this last year, I've been drinking a lot more high calorie protein shakes that are high in protein. I can't prove that that's contributed to my hair growth, but a Google search will tell you that consuming adequate amounts of protein help with your hair and the strength and everything like that. So that was just a bonus tip that I thought that I would add in. So that is about it. If you want any specific hair related videos or any other sort of video, feel free to comment down below or shoot me an email. It's in the description box. So I'm going to keep up this length retention routine that I explained, and I'm going to document that on my channel, and I'll share nuggets along the way. I don't believe in gatekeeping information. I believe that we're all in this together. Cue Troy Bolton. And so if you are interested in that and you would like to join me on that journey of length retention, feel free to subscribe. But please feel free to comment any questions or anything, really. Not mean things, ideally. All right, so stay unique and stay beautiful, and don't forget to be kind to yourself. Okay, bye.